But this the difference of this whiskey between A and B is just astounding.
Welcome once again to Chill Filtered, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to. But you probably should. You probably are. Let's be real. You probably are. And that's why we like you. Hey, another great episode today. Hey, before I get into anything, smash that like button, but don't smash it. Maybe if you feel like it and I persuaded you in some sort of way, push that like button. And not only that, subscribe if you haven't, but especially subscribe if you're into people that talk real life and whiskey at the same time, and just not faking it. We're not faking it here. We don't buy our followers. We don't do anything like that. We just talk life. We talk whiskey. If you're into that kind of thing, be our friend. That's the business for this week.
You don't pay people to watch? I've been paying people.
I mean,
I
pay Ben Klepsig, but he's a big deal. So, yeah.
I paid Ben even if he didn't watch. Yeah,
I know, right? That's for sure. Speaking of Ben, we got a Chill Filtered meetup coming up in September, and Ben is in the land where we are Chill Filtered meetuping, and that's in the area of Madison, Wisconsin. And we're going to be hitting that up for a Chill Filtered meetup in September, the weekend of the 19th through 21st, and it's going to be amazing. There's amazing options out there. Great food, great whiskey people, great whiskey bars. And we're going to do fun things. Everything from like bottle shares to pick at Baraboo. Pick at Driftless Glen in Baraboo for a rye, cast strength rye pick. It's going to be dope. So yeah. If you're thinking about, even if you're not Patreon or new listener or something, please hang out with us. If you're in the area of Wisconsin, Chicago or anything, drive up. We're going to have a fun time. So, you know who mostly confirmed with me the other day? Miles friggin' Ferguson.
Awesome.
That dude. Yeah. So he's pretty much set on the trek. And so are, I'm sure a few others. So yeah.
I was perusing the old Patreon list not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Did you know that lifetime support, total lifetime support,
he's probably
Miles
the most.
Ferguson is number one by a mile.
Nice. Yeah, he's on the Chill Filtered flask tier, similar with Jim Mathwig. What ballers. And there are a few others, don't get me wrong, but I'm forgetting at the moment. What a baller. What ballers they are. Hey, Emma.
Nope.
So
that's a cat.
Oh, that was a cat? Oh, nice.
So the funny thing is, literally the second you started the show intro, as soon as you said like your first two words, she started going, no! She was just like screaming and she was not at all. It was absolute silence. And then like the second you started, she was just like,
it's like she could hear somehow.
I know. Yeah.
I have two questions for you. How's Emma's walking? 2, how is your Elijah Craig experiments you've had lately?
Yes, very good.
Trying new Elijah Craigs.
Yeah. So Emma walking is good.
Nice.
She's still not walking like on her own.
Yeah.
The best we can do still is just kind of like couple step handoffs as she's like kind of half falling over as she's making her way. Yeah, no, for sure. She did have a little spill the other day. She made forehead contact with a baseboard as she was kind of going down the wall, as she's done a lot. And like to the point now we're pretty trusting of her ability to walk down the wall, but she just got her feet a little caught up underneath her and she fell and got a little forehead to baseboard action. But it was nothing, nowhere near the like, oh my gosh, should we go to the emergency room? It was nothing like that.
It's just, and it's kids like people say this and they're like, kids are resilient. I think they are mentally resilient as well. And hear me out. Kids will bounce back from injuries and they'll just do it. But like if we tried to walk and it took us weeks, if not months, to figure out how to walk, we'd give up, man. Like we'd just be like, I don't even want it. And kids are like, no, I'm going to figure this out. And even if I get hurt, like, I'm going to figure this out. And I love that about kids, is they are not only physically, but mentally resilient. So that's kind of cool.
For sure. We have started to put her in shoes because she needs to be wearing shoes when she goes to daycare here next week.
Oh, daycare. Next week?
Yep. So next week is the official start of daycare for Emma. So
she's going to be like the biggest girl there too.
I know she is.
She's a tall one. She's a big one.
She is. The latest, the 1 year checkup still had her at the 99th percentile height. So she's a beast.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah. She's been 99th percentile every time but one, where I watched the nurse check her height. And when she came in with the stick was at like a horrible angle. Where her head was.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't had a true angle.
Like an inch too shorter than what her height was, because the stick was at an angle. And then she came back at like 94th percentile. And I was like,
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway.
That's amazing though. I mean, what a blessing to have a and she's not like a chunker, that's for sure.
No,
she's just
not at all.
Above like tall and big girl. She's like
did you see what I posted in the parenting channel on Discord?
I feel like I did. I can check for a
moment.
I did.
Pull it up. Okay, good.
Gotta sign in. Lame.
We had a photo shoot for her just after her first birthday. We did a legit, like, photographer took us out to an area kind of out in the northeast out of Phoenix. There's a nice lake and everything. Yeah.
Her little feet in the water.
I know. And the best thing is the face that she's making with the feet in the water picture. Like, I can hear the sound that she's making. She does it all the time.
Cute.
It's this like excited grunt, like, like, I can just hear her doing that. So anyway.
Wait, so we talked about this last time. She says mama, right?
Yeah, but not knowingly. But like, she regularly will go mama. Yeah. But no real.
It's just gonna hit one day. They say like it goes from like 4 to 50 real quick, like words.
Oh yeah.
They're like, it's just like all of a sudden they're like repeating everything you say and they know what you mean, and like,
oh man,
yeah, she's
that's
cute,
crazy.
man. And her hair is so reddish.
I know,
which is kind of cool.
Depends if the light hits it. Yeah.
No, I mean, every time I see her, I'm like, that's kind of reddish, man. I mean, I doubt it is technically, but I'm sure that Sam loves it because she's
absolutely. Yeah. And some of the close-up pictures too that we got, because we just got all the pictures today. Literally today we got all the pictures.
Nice.
So we were excitedly looking through them, and her blue eyes, just like, there are some of the shots where they're
deep.
Like some of the shots, they're like lit up, her blue eyes. It's insane. She's awesome. A man eater for sure.
Those little teefies too. So cute.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, sorry everyone listening audio and has just no idea what we're talking about. Join the Discord.
Yeah, that's a good reason. Check out Brian's girl. So
yeah, sure. On the Discord. Only what I post on the Discord. Anyway, we the Elijah Craig experiment. Yeah. So an episode or two ago, I mentioned that I had some pre-Fire Heaven Hill, Elijah Craig, the 12, the 18, the 23, and then my Parker's 24-year bottle and bond.
Yep.
24-year bottle and bond just absolutely destroyed everything else. Oh,
love to hear it.
Not even close. It's got this like dusty, sharp oak mustiness. It's love just it. Like you just know that it's special by a mile.
Yeah.
The 23, I actually ended up ranking last place. It was, and it's a single barrel even back then, right?
Yeah.
So like, who knows what you're going to get. But the one that I had was all about spice. The finish was kind of just weak and not very not a lot going on the finish. Just kind of light fruity menthol spice and whatever. The 18 was my second place next to the Parker's 24. So so overall I was from favorite to least. It was the Parker's, then the 18, then the 12, then the 23.
Was the 23 better than your typical ECBP, or at least Elijah Craig these days?
I think so. I do have a bit left. And what I really need to do is I need to do another tasting where I throw a current Elijah Craig 18 in there too.
Yeah. You got one of those?
Yeah, least, I do.
Maybe.
I want to just one. Yeah. I want to say that the 23 does have way more going on than like Elijah Craig 18, because the current modern day Elijah Craig 18s are like, they're like tea water. They're so thin and like nothing going on. I mean, it's a very nice light whiskey where if you like don't really want to taste anything at all, it's pretty good. But that 23 had a good amount of spice to it, and probably a little more viscosity and body too. So I do think the 23 is better. Yeah,
that's good to hear. No, dude, the one I had at the bar was like, awesome. Next time you're in Richmond, they probably still have it on the shelf, because I want to say it's like at least 150 a pour. Actually, it is 150 a pour, now that I remember.
Yeah. So, I really want you to, can't wait for you to try the Parkers.
We should do it next episode, should we? And then we'll put it next to the seasoned wood just for the heck of it.
Yeah, I mean, we could do like a combo Parker's seasoned wood episode if we wanted to.
Yeah, we should. Let's do that.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's what I meant, more than like Two Pick Tuesday, if that's what you were saying.
Oh, yeah. Like I would hate.
Already technically,
Yeah, it just like, it doesn't feel good to end up only doing like one of ours without either doing the next one like right after, or just both at 100%. The same time. Yeah.
No, and the thing is, we've already done an episode on seasoned wood technically, so I don't want to ever double episodes if they're the exact same thing. Like sometimes vintages make it different, but that's the beauty, is that we've never done Parker's Heritage 24 year. So we'll just, but then for those who haven't seen it, our last, one of our last, re-entry buzzes, Cole officially outdid seasoned wood, with a barrel 16 of the Single Oak Project. So, which gets me really excited for the 80 release soon.
I know.
So, yeah, for sure. What are you entry buzzing on?
Oh yeah. So I was like, today we're drinking Porto Finished Bourbon. So I was like, what other Porto Finished Bourbon do I have? Oh no, I just figured out what your entry buzz is.
Yeah.
I think I
don't think you do, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So I've got this. This is a rare character.
Nice.
A pick from
PB.
What's this place called? Pitch. Yeah, Pitch. It's a pizza place in Scottsdale. Yeah. It's not great.
All right.
It's a bourbon finished in tawny port. Rare character, 6 year, 4 month, 120 proof. It's just this kind of tastes like the kind of whiskey where they finished it because the base whiskey was not that great. So now it's a slightly port finished whiskey that's not that great. So that's what I'm drinking. Yeah. See if the Eleanor is better. What about you though? What you drinking?
Yeah. It's not great. Not great. Found it today at the ABC store. It wasn't allocated, but it was cheap. And people apparently were snatching it up this morning. So I was like, it's $38. I'll go grab it. It was $17.92 cognac finished.
Oh, interesting.
And I do not like it. But I don't really like almost anything Barton.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I even bought it. But this is a good gift, a 90% full bottle to a friend.
So
local. Yeah.
Let's do pool samples on that. And
that's a good idea.
And like I also am I was curious about it because it's a new release, right?
Yeah.
Just so
came out.
Anyway, send me some and let's do some pool samples. Yeah. And then you can do whatever you want.
my section of the sample area that is send to Bryan. Speaking of which, you got my my thing recently. Yeah, is that all of them?
Yeah. No, that's
Nice.
that's due to
That's what
you
you got to
right
send
there.
to me.
That's still that's the you
Nice.
pile over there.
I'm
But
excited.
yeah, I did.
And you pour
I got
doubles
some,
of each one too?
not each one,
Oh, but like
but
the
there are
cooling
several
ones.
in there where I went
No.
ahead and did both, like ones that I knew that we were going to want to do an episode on.
Oh no, I meant doubles for your sake, for the pool's sake.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my lot is on my right side
Nice.
over here.
Nice.
So anyway, yeah. There's two piles over there. One's for me to put away, and then there's all of those in yours plus some doubles for you.
Excellent. Oh yeah, but you got you got my. I think I sent you the Single Oak Project. I sent you the A. Smith Bowman Cast Strength. I sent you Two Seasoned Woods. What's that?
Bowman.
Nice.
Yeah, and actually, one of those Bowmans is for me to do whatever with, right? Because I got a buddy coming over tomorrow who's really interested in it, and so we're actually going to do your batch 4 against my batch 2, and just see how they stack up. We're going to do that tomorrow afternoon.
That's awesome. No, that's what it was for. I was like, I'm going to give you an extra because it's technically a gift from you. So it is.
Thank you.
So, all right. Are we good? Are we ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So what we're drinking today, we didn't really mention today. This is something called Eleanor. And it is a release from a company called Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company, which I'm very into. But I didn't know it yet. And we'll shout out who sent these in a moment. But before we go do anything, let's take a quick break.
It is an honor to raise a glass to Ben Klepsig, the Madtown marketer. Hailing from Madison, Ben's a man of refined taste, typically opting for Scotch over bourbon. His podcasting voice is pure gold, and he's famously won the Wisconsin cheese eating contest 4 years running by questionable methods. But hey, if the juice is worth the squeeze, then a little creative interpretation of the rules is just good marketing, right? A devoted girl dad, which we love, Ben also enjoys the company of his 6 pet badgers. And let's not forget the time he saved Cole's life on a Lake Superior ice fishing trip. Is no wonder that Bush's Baked Beans sends him weekly job offers to run their marketing department. So let's all raise a glass to the marketing maestro, Ben Klepsig. Thanks for all your support, Ben.
And we're back. Thanks for joining us once again. Some notes to get to real quick. We mentioned earlier, but we have a Chill Filtered meetup in September, and we're really excited about it. If you want to join, hit us up on Instagram or chillfilteredpodcast@gmail.com. Excuse me. Anything, just anything. You can hit us up on Discord if you want.
Send us a letter.
Secondly, what's that?
Send us a letter via your postal courier.
Yeah, we'll hit you back. Big thanks to Cody Clark, one of our newest Patreon supporters, but not that new because he's been a supporter for a while now, for not just sharing what we're drinking today, but also for some other great pours that he shared, including Old Forester President's Choice. And at least for me, he sent me a Jack Daniel's pecan finished whiskey or Tennessee whiskey. So that's dope. Yeah. What a baller. Thank you, Cody. What we're talking about today is Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company's Eleanor Batch 17, Porto Finish, A and B. And we'll get into what that means in a moment. But this is definitely our first Eleanor whiskey on the podcast. But for those who don't know, Eleanor is sourced product from Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company out of Texas. We've never featured them before, but I know we've at least discussed one of their founders, who we'll talk about. So let's get into Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company history. Do you know the story behind Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company, Brian?
Not in the slightest.
If I tell you the name Daniel Whittington, would you know who I'm talking about?
Not at all.
Okay, I'll get into it. Founded in 2018, not that long ago, in Austin/Dripping Springs, Texas area by a guy named Rex Williams and Daniel Whittington, known for their whiskey YouTube channels. One of them is called Crowded Barrel. One of them is called Whiskey Tribe. And one of
I've
them
heard
is
of
called
that.
Whiskey Vault. And my favorite is Whiskey Vault, especially when Daniel Whittington gets to talk deep with his peeps. And I'm one of them. Not a Patreon subscriber, but I am one to appreciate that guy. He's a really cool guy. Operates as the world's, quote, first crowdsourced distillery, which I believe is not just a quote, where Patreon supporters, aka the Whiskey Tribe, vote on key production decisions, mash bills, barrel types, finishes, and more. Their philosophy is to aim to be kind of a playful, inclusive environment for whiskey lovers at any level, rejecting traditional whiskey snobbery, which I dig. Production is transparent and collaborative, creating a unique sense of community ownership, which is kind of cool. Like apparently they vote for a lot of things. Supporters often feel like active participants in the whiskey making process, not just customers. Their production and offerings, they kind of have a dual focus. They're on-site distilling in Texas and trying to make their own Texas whiskey, notably single malt, actually. But they also source some of their whiskey through the Crowded Barrel Alliance, blending and finishing sourced whiskey from other distilleries. They offer a wide range of expressions, including Texas single malt, finished bourbons and rye, cask strength releases, and blended experimental batches. They do have a cool not a gift shop, a visitor experience. Their tasting room is called Fang and Feather, which is a 2,000 square foot tasting room and retail space out in the Austin area. Offers on-site pours, cocktails, bottle sales, but they do limit bottle sales. They say 2 bottle limit every 30 days. And they kind of have a cool vibe, apparently. I got to check it out next time I'm in Austin.
Yeah, cool.
They do have a few flagship releases. And I've said this before. I don't believe this is a curse word. But their first is called Magnificent Bastard. One of their most recognizable brands. They have another. Eleanor is one of their other brands, but I'll get to that in a moment. Basically, it's a rich cask strength whiskey with a cult following, often featuring Texas single malt components in it. Then they have the Bastard's Cut, a series of and if you're not familiar, they use that phrasing a lot on the Whiskey Tribe and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like who, like, if you're it's our version of a baller. Is like a Magnificent Bastard.
Do they refer to their Patreon subscribers as like magnificent bastards or something?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they
gotcha.
do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the Bastard's Cut is a series of single barrel and small batch releases that are high proof and minimally filtered. Examples include peated malt blends, finished rye, and just weird cask finishes that are cool. Then they have the Magnificent Beast, also known as Jackalope, which is a celebrated blended whiskey. Won gold and scored 94 points in a professional blind tasting, which I forgot to write down where it was from, but I saw that on their website. So anyway, they kind of have a cool business model. Like, it's Patreon style funding with actual product and production involvement from the Patreon people. They're big into experimentation, frequently release blends and finishes that, push things and push the envelope. Like mead barrels, stout cask finishes, all that. Very community driven. Apparently, yeah, a lot of the decisions go to a vote on the fans. And then they're big into education, especially Daniel, from what I've seen. Very educational. He's basically like a sommelier. I think he's a wine sommelier, but also maybe a whiskey sommelier.
Nice.
But he is very into the background of whiskey and stuff like that. And a lot of storytelling that goes with it. So what we're drinking today, the Eleanor Batch 17 Porto Finish A and B. This is not the first batch of Eleanor. Like I said, it's batch 17, which is another one of their flagship releases, the Eleanor releases. But Eleanor attempts to see what maybe slight changes to variables change in whiskey. Very experimental, but certainly not all like this, where it's a side-by-side comparison. Two other examples I found on their website were batch 12, which was a pink tequila barrel finish, which was originally a wine finish, and then they aged tequila in that wine, or it was originally a wine barrel. They aged tequila in that wine barrel, and then they used it for bourbon finishing. And then I saw a batch 11 was an Armagnac finished bourbon as well. But this one is kind of cool. It is a comparison of 2 bottles, A and B, with everything the same about these 2 bottles, except for where it was sourced from. So same mash bill. They're both 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malty bees. Same age, 5 years. Not too long, but not too short. Same finishing barrels. They're both Porto finished, which I believe is like technically a port, but it's like maybe Spanish or something. I don't know.
I was very excited to ask you about that if you had looked into it, because what I noticed was they leaned into Porto having an O on the end every time. Yeah. And I did some Googling, and I was just seeing Porto and port seemed like they were the same thing. But like on the website and for the Eleanor thing, every instance of port is Porto. Yeah. So like they never say port without an O on the end. So like it left me curious whether it was something special.
Something's telling me it's like champagne versus sparkling wine or something. Like it's like a specific type of port. Maybe not. Same finishing time, 22 months. I don't know if that was in addition to the 5 years. Same proof as well. 120 per. And then the only difference is where they were sourced. One was sourced from Indiana MGP, and one was sourced from a Bardstown, Kentucky distiller. And from, I think what Cody said, he's like, they're surprisingly different. So let's find out ourselves.
Now, to be clear,
pour these out.
I assumed the Bardstown one was literally from Bardstown Bourbon Company.
It might have been. It very well might have been. I did not see Bardstown Bourbon Company on their website, but I might have missed it.
Okay. I mean, I definitely only just saw Bardstown, but since like the other one was explicitly MGP, I figured they were being explicit. Dude, this is dark.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So which one are we drinking first? MGP or Bardstown?
Let's sip MGP first. Of course, I'm pouring both right now, though.
Yeah, me too. All right, MGP, never a loser. That I know, right? Yeah. I'm getting a little wine on the nose. First glance, first sniff. Nothing too bourbony about this on the nose. I mean, there's alcohol vapors for sure, but it's definitely not ringing whiskey bourbony notes yet.
It's all very
a little bit of wine,
high register kind of, some like floral, some the wood is kind of bright. The wood is not. There's nothing deep, dank, dark, doink about this at all. Yeah. Dink. Dual income, no kids.
Yeah.
I'm getting heavy O on the Porto. I'm getting all the
totally.
O. Yeah, it all makes sense now. Yeah.
I took a sip of the MGP, and it is like dense flavor. And what I mean by that is it's not light, it's not bright. It is brown sugary, if anything, sweet wise, but it is like very concentrated flavor. And even the mouthfeel sounds weird, but it's like concentrated. I think it's just that Porto. But that's what I'm getting from this one.
Yeah, it's heavy on the port finish. I mean, 22 months in port. Port's already such a concentrated dessert sweet thing. So, I mean, I think I'm willing to bet that your average port finished whiskey is nowhere near 22 months on finishing time. So yeah, very, very heavy on the raisins. Kind of prunes, like
that's
prune. in the kind of brown sugary sense, and like how like you'll get more of a brown sugariness on a prune than like a raisin. A raisin's still more about some bright reds. So yeah, I think I'm kind of in prune territory on this, but nonetheless, the vibe is fruit, all juicy fruit. It's got all that port in there.
Dried fruit more so to me than like juicy
for sure.
fruit, to be honest.
Ooh. The nose on the Bardstown is way more different than I thought it was going to be.
Yes, it is. A little more malty, but not in a bad. It's definitely more whiskey nose than the MGP was. To me, but like almost single malty.
Yep. The MGP is kind of like, I said floral earlier, and I'll stick with the like herbal vegetal, kind of like like a celery kind of thing on the MGP nose.
Yeah.
But the Bardstown nose is more sugary, I think.
Yeah.
It smells like it's going to taste sweeter.
Before I sip it. Yeah, they are very different. And I wonder, I guess they didn't mention this, but I wonder where they were both aged, if one was aged in Indiana and the other was aged in Bardstown, or if they were both aged in like Texas or something like that. They would have mentioned that, you figure, if they had aged it in Texas. You'd figure.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm going to talk around my notes. You might have seen my face. Hopefully you didn't. But I'm just waiting for a particular note to hit you. Let's just say, since you've taken enough of your sip already, I vastly prefer the MGP pour to the Bardstown pour.
Really?
On the palate, at least. Tell me about your Bardstown pour experience, if it's been long enough.
I mean, I took one sip, and like I said, it's a little more malty. I don't hate it. I'm surprised you're like showing something, but
there's also
the other notes I got were similar to like Guadalupe notes, where it's like a lot of raisins, maybe a little bit overwhelming on the raisin notes, but more. Let me figure that. I don't know if it's more raisins than MGP, but
there's kind of a smoky thing about this. I think the palate wise, it's not as heavy, not as thick, but it's still dark vibes, but it's just not like heavy basement dark vibes. I don't think there's nearly as much fruit coming through on this. I'm hardly in like prune date raisin territory, but the thing that hits me on this about halfway through the sip and then all throughout the finish is kind of like a sweaty gym sock note.
Really?
there's this just, it's like body odor territory thing for me, where it just doesn't, there's something that's just kind of nasty about it halfway through the sip.
I'm not getting it. I don't enjoy it.
Hold on. Hang on a second.
Yeah. Like, wait, give me a moment. Have I been sipping from my armpit?
Was this Glen in my armpit?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten that note before. I'm not super getting it now. But then again, they were both Texas, Kentucky whiskeys, technically. The first time I ever got that note was on Wild Turkey Long Branch, the Matthew McConaughey whiskey.
Yeah,
that was terrible to me. Yeah. But maybe it's your Glen, man. I don't know.
I've had the poorly washed Glen note before, and this is unlike anything I've ever had. It's like it is like a minerality thing, in that like the flavor has like coated my mouth, and it's just this kind of dry, kind of chalky bitterness that just is stanky. This is one of the hardest things I've had to describe in a long time.
Yeah. It's a hard one. You know, I think the 5-year age statement on this is maybe not too young, but part of me is like, I don't like either too much. But they are very different, which is the coolest part to me. I don't like the port finish. I think that's my biggest issue with this. I don't like the port finish.
And also,
or the Porto finish.
Yes, it must be the O on the end that's really doing this. Yeah. In general, I'm not a big finished. I'm not a big finished bourbon guy. So when you take brown sugary bourbon and you finish it in a cask that has like red wine, it's like those are two flavors that just like don't seem like they go together. And I mean, it's all personal preference. And like some people think it's a fun, enjoyable cocktail adjacent thing to put like Irish cream in your coffee, so you get like a coffee taste, but you also get a little whiskey taste. And like my whole life revolves around coffee and whiskey, but independently. I despise the combination of coffee and whiskey. You will never catch me putting whiskey in my coffee in a million years.
What about scotch?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a whole other thing. No, I'm kidding.
No, we used to have this joke when I worked at Starbucks for a moment, that the combination of a espresso shot and scotch, we would call that a cigarette burn. That would be the cocktail name.
Ooh.
Which I thought was funny. Yeah.
Nice. I thought you were going to call it scoffy there for a sec.
Scoffy. That's better than a cigarette burn.
I know that we both aren't huge fans of this, but let's give it another pass one more time. I might add a couple drops of water actually, but
that's a great idea.
Let's be objective about the differences between these two pours, because they weren't trying to make the best whiskey of all time when they made this. They were just trying to see what happens when you have whiskey from two different places. So let's be objective about the differences.
The nose is better on the Bardstown because there is a nose on the Bardstown. The palate, I'm gonna have to go MGP. There is a syntheticness to the Bardstown one that I don't love, but there is definitely no syntheticness to the MGP one. But I'll get into more notes in a moment.
If I were to guess which one was the younger distillery here, I feel like it's glaringly obvious that the distillate from the Bardstown one is just like, and I say younger, I mean like the life of the distillery, the heritage of the distillery. The Bardstown one feels like it's more of a craft distillery who's only been in business for a couple of years and they're doing the best they can. The MGP one tastes like the distillate that went into these barrels was just much more well-rounded and mature.
Yeah. I agree. I don't like either that much, though. You know, I think it's the Porto. But yes, you can tell there's more maturity to the MGP one, which you would kind of expect. And I think you got a really good point. It's like, like if it were Bardstown Bourbon Company, which it probably is, it's they're still getting their their bearings.
There you go. Yeah. I totally agree. And I feel like I've heard that as a general sentiment about them in general. Granted, we didn't do this blind or anything. Even if this was blind,
I would have guessed.
The palate differential here is quite astounding. These are two very separate whiskeys, and I don't feel like, I feel like it's, of course it's for distillate reasons rather than barrel reasons, because I'm sure to the best of their abilities, they put these in two identical Porto casks that they got at the same time from the same place or whatever. But the difference of this whiskey between A and B is just astounding. And I vastly prefer MGP. And I actually do kind of like the MGP as much as I normally like a port finish bourbon, for sure.
Here's my take, is that the MGP one had less effect from the Porto barrel, or like the Porto barrel like hugged the Bardstown one. Like was like, I'm not letting go, man. 22 months of me and you, baby. And I think that shows on the end. Is like, we've had this thought, we've even mentioned it this episode, is like finishing barrels or finishing whiskeys, especially bourbons, is sometimes to clean up a bad bourbon. That's kind of how this feels. Yeah. Is like, they're like, at least for the Bardstown one, it kind of feels like it wasn't that good a bourbon, and they're like, sick a Porto barrel on that John, and they did, and it really hung on. And like you said, 22 months is a long time. It really shows with the Bardstown one. So yeah, I'm as well the MGP. But I don't love either.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool experiment, because they're the exact same thing, except for where they're sourced.
Yeah. It kind of, I mean, the differential we're looking at here is the distillate. Thanks for reminding me of my entry buzz, though, because earlier I said it's just not that great. I just went and tried my entry buzz again, and it's on par with these other two in that, like, this is just kind of how I feel about this type of whiskey. Now, because I added a little water, honestly, not a lot changed. I do think it toned down the weird gem sock thing I was talking about with the Bardstown, but not a lot. Didn't fix it. Anyway, not a lot changed with water, and I'm not going to do ice either. But as we think about,
go ahead.
As we think about, I was thinking
maybe Cody Clark chill filtered his whiskey through a gym sock.
Hey, maybe he did. Hey,
as he poured it into your sample. Yeah.
Don't knock until you try it, right? Yeah. As we think about rating, it's less about the actual rating than it is about the differential between these two.
Yeah.
Like, so give each of these a rating while you're thinking about it, and just to highlight why one made it over the other, and like, to what degree did one make it over the other.
They're not high scores. I'm going to tell you that. They're sub 8s. Sub 8s. I'm going to give MGP a 7.8, and I'm going to give Bardstown like a 6.9.
6.9. So like a tier difference between the two.
Huge. I don't want to continue to drink my pours. And like, you guys know, those who've been around for a while know that if you go less than 8, it's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I don't want to finish them. It's kind of where I'm at. But that being said, the bourbon shows on the palate more for the MGP one, which is why I like it more. But the Porto finishes a lot more on the Bardstown one, which is weird. It's amazing how different they are.
Yeah. I think I'm putting the Bardstown, the Jim Sock one, down at D-. D- is legitimately dislike. The tag on this one has a very off-putting attribute that makes you not want to finish it. That's D-, and that's the Jim Sock note.
Better than literal garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's F, by the way. The differential here, though, is big enough for me that I put the MGP one at C. And it's where I'd put my rare character that I entry buzzed on also. Is C is average, and it gets lost amongst other whiskeys in the cabinet. There wasn't anything about the MGP version that was a big turnoff for me. I just didn't really like it. Nothing about it was memorable at all. There wasn't anything that I disliked about it.
Yeah.
So my gap here is D- all the way up to C on the MGP. I will finish the MGP. I think it's good, but I will not finish the Bardstown. But thank you, Cody. We love you very much.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like that's the coolest thing is that I think Cody even just was like, "Hey, this is worth doing a podcast on." Of like the only variable that changed was where it's sourced from. But I will say this: I think the MGP beat the 1792 cognac finish. So there's something. Yeah,
interesting.
The cognac finish is light and just too woody, like synthetically woody and oaky. It's weird. I don't love it. But then again, I don't love Barton. And I stand by that. I don't think I've ever loved Barton.
Yep. Totally agree.
I mean, even
the last
last
Barton I had, your drinking buddy gave us a home spiral aged 1792 full proof or something that we drank blind on the show one time. It had to have been like a year ago. It was forever ago. But anyway, since then, I mean, that's it. I'm not a 1792 guy, and I remember we were both pretty whatever on that anyway. But
it's a shame that like certain distilleries are like, nah, not good, man. Like, and some people like Barton, and I don't hate on that at all.
Personal preference.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Is like I like. Honestly, I'm not even gonna hate. I mean, I'm not even gonna like hide it. I am a big Buffalo Trace fan. I love sweet. I love apples, and I love cherries. And those are some of my favorite notes. But some people don't agree with me, Max. But yeah.
Hey, he's coming around. Did you hear he?
Yeah, dude, he's been throwing down on like his. What was it? There was something recently. It was like a barrel proof or EHT or something like that.
Yep. Yeah, he did find a E.H. Taylor barrel proof at MSRP, so he picked it up and he was like, "Hey, actually, this is pretty good."
Darn right, Max, coming around, baby. Coming around. Welcome to the apple and cherry team. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's almost like what I grew up on. Like whiskey wise, it's what I grew up on is apples and cherries. Yeah.
Which is Pizza Hut for me, by the way.
Yeah. That's good. What maybe we should do that. No, that's a great what whiskey would you choose? What whiskey did you grow up on? We got to phrase it better. But like what whiskeys set your tone for what whiskey should taste like? That's a great question.
That's a good one.
You got to phrase it well. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Now that we've talked about our ratings, I think it's time for our next segment of the show. Not what whiskey would you choose, but the one before that. One we call Whiskey World News.
Everybody, welcome back. This is Whiskey World News, and today we have something hot off the press here. If you're familiar with the Instagram account called Coming Bourbon, he let us all know. Thank you. Coming Whiskey. Yeah. He let us all know that coming soon is a new Four Roses product, and this Four Roses product is called Anthology. It is a 2026
has been taken for the record. But go on.
Wait,
Ardbeg does an anthology.
That's right. So Four Roses is doing it too now, apparently. Starting in 2026, they have a barrel strength release that they're calling Anthology, an anthology line of releases. This first one, they're stealing the little book thing with chapters, and they're calling this Chapter 1.
Dude, come on, grow up, Four Roses. Make your own ideas.
Yeah. It is. So Chapter 1 Origin is what they're calling it. Origin. It is aged 21 years. It is an OESO recipe. It is barrel strength. It is 21 years. Let me say that again. 21 year barrel strength. Yeah. Yep. Oh, you know what? I got the back label here. Let me read the back label. When our founder, Paul Jones Jr., proposed to his Southern
Paul
Belle.
Jones Jr. No, go ahead.
Wait, who's John Paul?
He was one of the guys that started Led Zeppelin.
Oh, nice. Didn't know that.
I don't know if he was a junior, though. He might have been. Yeah, who knows?
Very good. Well, this is his son, clearly. Paul Jones Jr. proposed to his Southern Belle. She wore a corsage of 4 red roses to signal her yes. This gesture inspired the name 4 Roses and a legacy of passion that continues to this day. We proudly announce our inaugural anthology release. Inaugural, so once a year, apparently.
But Ardbeg does that too. No, go on.
Yeah, well, where'd you think they got the idea from?
Yeah,
Distilled in 2001, it has been aged for 21 years in oak barrels. Oak barrels.
They used oak this time?
Wow. Copying off everybody else still, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Copying off literally everybody. No,
and enriched by time. Each sip of this exceptional bourbon is a testament to our rich history and unwavering dedication to craftsmanship, says Master Distiller Brent Elliott. So anyway,
can't hate on Brent Elliott. He's a baller.
I know. Yeah, Brent Elliott also is Nick Taylor's #1 whiskey master distiller in in modern day. It's Nick Taylor's favorite master distiller. So anyway, just
you know who Chris Elliott is?
Chris Elliott. Nope.
Yeah, you should look him up. He's a funny actor. He's like in so many different things. But he's like the creep in everything. Like he always.
Oh heck yeah, yeah! I know his face.
He was in like Scary Movie with the
Something About Mary.
Hand.
Is he the guy with the arm braces and Something About Mary?
Yeah. I don't know what he is, but I knew he was in Something About Mary.
Oh, okay.
But he's in like Scary Movie, and he's got like the shrunken hand thing.
Oh, nice.
Which is like super creepy. But if you have a shrunken hand. Yours is probably not as creepy as Chris Elliott's. So sorry I said that.
Write in if you have a shrunken hand.
yeah, exactly.
Comment on YouTube.
Like, I'm so sorry.
Comment on YouTube so Cole can apologize directly.
Yes, I will. 100%. Yeah. If you take a picture of your shrunken hand and send it to us, I will for sure apologize to you.
That's going to be... Instagram write-ins.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm excited about this. I doubt I'll find it, and I'm very curious what the price will be. I assume it's going to be in the 200 plus realm. I would pay $250 to buy a bottle of this, even if it's if it's like $250 if I find it. Yeah, I'd pay that for this.
Dude, I have a feeling.
Go ahead.
You know what? 4 Roses LE's MSRP is already like $200.
Like, wait, that's it for like a Elliott Select or something like that? What are you talking? Oh, are you talking about like the most recent limited editions?
Yeah, the annual limited edition releases that are like the 2023
like 17 years.
Somewhere in that vicinity. Yeah. So I bet this is like $350.
Screw that. That'd be a hard one.
Yeah.
I got a year to start saving. It's coming out in 2026.
I'm sure if it's $350 and you're at your friggin' store, whatever it's called, and they're right in front
ABC.
of you, you're grabbing one.
I probably will. Yeah, I did that with the most recent $350 purchase I had was the Heaven Hill 19-year wheat whiskey, and I didn't hesitate. And I would not hesitate with this if it were in front of me. Yeah.
I forgot to mention, I was like, I think I figured out what your entry buzz is. You probably figured out what I was thinking. The Isaac
Bowman Brothers?
Bowman?
Yep.
Yeah, Bowman.
Nice. Bowman, Isaac Bowman. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what I was thinking you were going to say. You picked up because I figured you were like, you saw it at the store and you were like, actually that makes sense since we're drinking port finish today. I will say I tried that once pretty early on, a couple of years ago.
I loved it.
I did not. I
didn't
not
love it. I thought it was pretty good for the price, especially. It was like 30 something.
Yeah, it was hard for me to finish. But I mean, I think it's just port finished bourbon. It's just not for me. Don't market your port finished bourbon to Brian Rapp, apparently.
Yeah. But Rye's, on the other hand,
dude,
that was a great point you made. Is like when you try bourbons, like finished bourbons are very different than finished ryes.
Heck yeah.
And I think finished ryes can be fantastic, but I agree with you. I don't think there are many finished bourbons that I'm like, dude, try this.
I know. Yeah, it's got to be it's like, because a lot of finishing barrels have some sort of delicate factor to them, like they're fruity or they're herbal or they're whatever.
And they hug
But
a good rye.
you know, I know everyone loves Amburana, but like something like that is heavy and wood spice that can complement a bourbon well, much better than something that's like fruity, where you're trying to incorporate fruit and brown sugar together. Like, it doesn't work too well.
I can't even think of any finished bourbons that I'm like, dude, try this.
I know,
like anything.
Right? Yeah.
I'll have to think a little more, but there's finished ryes that I'm like, dude, like Seagrass, even the base Seagrass is fantastic.
Dude, there's a million
and that's
finished
like
ryes that we could go through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing down now, what's your favorite finished bourbon as a future?
Certainly
what
not
whiskey
this.
would you choose? Just so that some people can write in and give us some examples of what good finished bourbons are. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of what whiskey would you choose, since I invoked the name, let's skedaddle on over to what whiskey would you choose, because we have two to recap this week. We were a little early last week, so let me go through that now. We asked you which one you were more excited to try. Russell's 13 versus Eagle Rare 12. Which release were you more excited to see hit your local store? And Russell's 13 won 72% to Eagle Rare's Eagle Rare 12's 28, 72 to 28. Wow. So yeah, big eyes looking out for Russell's 13 here. Couple write-ins. If there was anything else you're looking forward to, we got Cody Clark here saying Jack Daniel's special release, which
always
you
good.
Can sign me up for that one too. Apparently there's a Heritage Barrel 100 proof coming out, which I really loved, the 2018-2019 Heritage Barrel that they did. They're doing another one of those this year. And then I also heard, but I haven't heard anything recently, about a 10-year barrel proof rye, 10-year rye from Jack.
Jack Daniel's 10 years. Oh my goodness.
Big time. Sign me up for that one. Yeah. But then the other question from the other week was, what are you ordering at the Tiki Bar? Are you ordering a Chartreuse Swizzle or Cole's Raspberry Sunshine?
Dude, you were leading for a while.
I know, but then you came out in the end here. Cole's Raspberry Sunshine won 56 to 44%.
Because they watched the video.
Yeah, I bet they did. Maybe they watched the video and then went back and changed their vote. They're like, dang, he put so much love and passion into that Raspberry Sunshine.
Dude, with that raspberry preserves, it was, I mean, dude, it's a good, maybe they all tried it. Maybe they looked up the recipe, made each one, and were like, dude, Raspberry Sunshine, which is a Cole Sebald original, for the record.
That's true.
So thank you, everyone.
You know what? Here's actually what I think happened. They got to the vote and they were like, oh, I better check out this YouTube video first. They clicked on the link.
Cute Cole from 5 years ago.
The YouTube video fired up and immediately starts with a zoomed in camera on your snapping finger like this. And they were like, nope, don't even need to see anything else. I'm voting for the Raspberry Sunshine.
Yeah, that must have been it. That had to have been, honestly, 6 years ago at this point. Yeah.
Right.
Old Cole. Still in my 20s.
Good old Cole. Wow, you were in your 26 years ago? Cole. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm old. All right, we got some write-ins, though. Some cocktail write-ins here. First off, we got Whiskey
Good
with
answers.
Mac. Yeah, daiquiri with 0.5 ounce of Plantaray cut and dry.
Dude, 1.5 ounce good daiquiri.
Jamaican pot still rum. It's insane. So Max likes a good daiquiri. Mike King wrote in, good old Mike, who we stayed with in San Antonio, if you remember. He says a Gold Rush. I don't know what that is. You're going to have to look that one up while I keep going.
Honey. All I know is there's a little honey in it. Honey syrup in it.
Very good. Very good. And Kilted 518. Mr. Miles Ferguson says classic mint julep. So nice on a hot day in the South. Mile High Marco says sidecar. I thought a sidecar was just like a shot next to a beer or something.
No, it's definitely a cocktail, but I forget what goes into it.
You know what? I'm surprised Mile High Marco didn't say
cognac.
No, what is it? It's a rye whiskey cocktail. Oh, he's screaming it.
Sazerac?
Nope. Mile High Marco and John Hughes are screaming at the radio right now. I'll have to think of it here in a sec. Anyway, let's continue.
He was an Applejack kind of man.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
Paul Clarkson says Aperol Spritz. Very nice. Very nice. Mr. Ben Klepsik, Madtown Marketer, says, my wife's been making shrubs, fruit and sugar fermented, add vinegar.
His wife.
Shrub whiskey sour. I'm going to need a shrub whiskey sour on September 19th, please, Ben.
Right. Dude.
Whiskey Shaman.
Ben's wife. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You want to finish that sentence?
Darn right.
Oh, I thought you said Ben's wife.
No, I was saying Ben's wife, she can make it for you.
Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, where are you going with this, Cole?
Ben's wife is amazing.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Dodged a bullet there. All right. Whiskey Shaman says, I don't make them often, but whiskey sour. Very good. Yeah. I do make them often. Drew Tolan. Drew R. Tolan wrote in and also said Gold Rush. So Drew and Mike need to hang out sometime.
Yeah.
Bro, this is my favorite one. Bro Escatestuasa says gin with an ice cube. Hell of a cocktail there. Gin with an ice cube. I love it. And Cody Clark. Wait, did we already do Cody Clark? No, we didn't.
Maybe.
Cody Clark's. Oh no, I was thinking of the Jack Daniel's special release thing from earlier. Cody Clark said Paper Plane. Paper Plane. I should know what that is. That's a Paper Plane's a classic tiki cocktail, I think. But anyway.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. It is a equal parts gin, lime, maraschino liqueur, and green chartreuse.
Oh, dang. Good. I'm gonna need to do that one since I have some chartreuse thanks to Mr. Brian Duncan. And also you gave me enough time to Google real quick and find out that what I was thinking of earlier is the Vieux Carré. I'm surprised that Mile High Marco did not say Vieux Carré because when we were having our meetup,
winter drink is the Vieux Carré.
During the meetup, we went to a cocktail bar and we all got Vieux Carrés, like all of us, because he talked it up and then the waiter was going around and we were like, Vieux Carré, Vieux Carré, Vieux Carré.
Yeah, I was the only one I think that didn't get a Vieux Carré. Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, no, right. But the Gold Rush is a mostly bourbon, little bit of lemon juice, honey syrup with a lemon twist.
Bourbon, lemon juice. Yeah, honey. Awesome. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. But now I have a question for you, Cole. And it was the question we discussed earlier. And that question is, what whiskey did you grow up on?
That's a great question.
Now, did you grow up from the ages of 21 and on? What whiskey
21 and on.
What whiskey brought you into your whiskey prime and showed you just how good? Now, not like a one-time try like Cole's Eagle Rare 17
it is like
story.
What did you originally start liking when you were getting into whiskey?
When I was a kid, my parents always got Pizza Hut as the pizza delivery. So now to this day, every time I have Pizza Hut, I feel like I'm home.
That's real.
What whiskey makes you feel like you're home? And for me, that is Knob Creek. Knob Creek 9-year, 120 proof is my Pizza Hut of whiskeys. Maybe I should phrase it like that. What's your Pizza Hut of whiskey? And everyone will know what I'm talking about.
Everyone will know. Mine is just got to be Eagle Rare. Like when I first tried Eagle Rare, I was like, this is my kind of whiskey. And everything I tried after that was like, doesn't match with Eagle Rare.
Yeah. You know, when you put it that way too, that was everything for me was like, oh yeah, it's good, but it doesn't beat Knob Creek.
Knob Creek 9.
Knob 9. Yeah.
No, that's real. I think that's a great question. Hopefully our listeners and those who didn't listen to the episode yet, by the time it comes out, will realize what grew up on means, but we'll try to word it our best. So,
and I might have to sneak in a bonus question of what's your pizza place favorite? What's your what pizza place did you grow up on?
Mine was probably Pizza Hut too.
Yes,
but I didn't do much. It wasn't enough to be like nostalgic. So
now I know Heather's was Pizza Hut too, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
And then somehow you became a trader and went to Marco's.
Yep. Mile High Marco's, you know what I'm saying? Um, speaking of which, what are we drinking next episode? Are we doing the Parkers? Should we do the Parkers? I think we
So
should do the Parkers.
here's the thing. Like, I also think we should do the Parkers because, like, if we try to save it for a special occasion, we're going to be waiting till Christmas, and that's going to be like
There's nothing
5
special in the
months.
meantime. We'll
I know
find
we
better
gotta.
bottles in the meantime for
Yeah, right.
Christmas.
No, there's no reason to wait for something special. I mean, you know me, I'm a big proponent of open it if you got it. Don't wait for that thing. You could drink it now, and then you could drink it again when that cool thing happens. So let's just go for it. Let's do a duo episode with both of our favorites.
Yeah, Seasoned Wood and Parker's Heritage Edition number 10. 24-year burbs at 100 proof. All right.
Oh, here's what I'll do. Instead of a 2-pick Tuesday, I'll do which one are you excited to hear us give notes on?
That's a good question.
Yeah, just
because I have a feeling they're very different. These two whiskeys,
dude.
like
Gotta be
superiorly different.
Gotta be.
So yeah, I hope. Part of me is like, I hope Seasoned Wood wins in my book, but I have a feeling I'm going to be very pleasantly surprised with this Parker's Heritage. Yeah.
Well,
but then again, it really comes down to like, what'd you grow up on? And
that's true.
Like Seasoned Wood is top tier Buffalo Trace to me, like top tier distillery from Buffalo Trace. And
well, I hope that enzyme rich bath really comes through for me. I want the MSG of barrel seasoning to just coat my palate completely.
Dude, I hope that I can use the word enzyme rich bath multiple times on next episode.
I hope that we just shorten it to ERB.
And I hope that ERB, BRB, because I hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. Have I been sipping from my armpit?